Hi everyone, Michele Courage here from michelecourage.com. I can't believe that it's Friday already. I only managed to upload my last Friday Musings on Wednesday of this week, and it's freaking Friday already. And I'm sitting in the studio, had a bit of a rough day yesterday. I definitely didn't want to do anything, and I started the fire outside because I've organized to have a burning little ceremony outside, and I started the fire and I suddenly realized I needed to clear a whole bunch of stuff. So I actually cleared a whole bunch of paintings, old paintings that I knew they were like stuff that I'd done a while back. They were rolled up, they weren't going to be sold, they weren't going to be used. Why was I keeping them? And, I just decided I'm going to actually symbolically let them go from an energy point of view. And really fascinating, the guilt that came in around releasing some of them, because some of them were actually my mother's old paintings. And realistically, they're not going to sell. But it was really interesting going through that energy. And it was really interesting what my guides talked about it. So I'm going to read out of my book that I channel messages in. And it said, on this day, you feel as though you are the only one. And I was. Yesterday, I was feeling quite alone. As a soul, sometimes you look at this whole world and you see what's going on and you look at it and you just go, oh my goodness, I feel so alone. And I mean, I have orchestrated to be quite alone in this lifetime. Only child, both parents have left now. I haven't only one child. She's studying. We've moved to a remote part of New Zealand. It's in the middle of nowhere. Many of the friends that I've met along the way have since moved on or emigrated, or, that I just, when I've looked back in my life, most of the people that I know have moved out of my life, which, and if they are close to me, they don't live close to me enough. For my liking anyway. So it's really interesting. So I was feeling a little bit alone, and so they acknowledge this. On this day, you feel as though you're the only one. Your burning ceremony feels symbolic of release, and rightly so. It is not disrespectful. It is necessary to release those negative energies which have kept you controlled. So it's really fascinating how my guides talk to me in the way around why I do things and the way I'm feeling around it. So realistically, we are self-imposing that control on us when we are holding ourselves to account on certain things around family. It's really interesting because they basically go, releasing takes courage. So releasing what I did yesterday took a lot of courage for me, for you are trained to feel the serious connections of your family on earth. I really want to talk about this, that we are so guilted into looking after family, being there for family. And I really feel that I'm not saying that you shouldn't be. I'm saying if you want to be, that's beautiful. But if you don't want to be, then you need to own it and have the courage to have that conviction. And yes, it will be a lonely path, but know that you are feeling that. I mean, I felt that for maybe an hour, not even an hour yesterday. It came in and I released it. I acknowledged it, I sat in it, and then I released it. Because sometimes our decisions do have consequences, and we need to sit in it and understand, and I will not change anything that I feel or anything that I know to be true in my core. So basically they said, it is necessary to release those negative energies which have kept you in control or kept you controlled. Releasing takes courage, for you are trained to feel the serious connections of your family on earth. You are right to know that this is not always the case. Your divisiveness, which they're basically telling me it's because I'm always so straight and so, as my hubby has often said, black and white, you know. Your divisiveness, as you call it, has long been a theme and will continue to feel that as you traverse this time frame. So they are acknowledging the fact that I have this complete conviction about certain things. You know, I would not condone a thing that goes against my grain. I won't even go with it. I will outright tell you, I disagree with you. I don't think that's right, but you do you, boo. So, yeah, so your wish was to walk a mostly alone journey to integrate most of the energies. So they were again acknowledging the fact that, and I realize this, that my wish to traverse this lifetime quite alone and singular, even though I have my hubby, he is a pillar, but we're very, very on our own missions, and we don't sort of integrate our ideologies and, you know, that kind of thing. We're really contracted here to help one another to achieve what we wanted to achieve. And it sounds very disconnected, but it's not. We've been together over 30 years. So, and I absolutely adore him. So, yeah, so your wish was to walk a mostly alone journey to integrate most of the energies. Your wish to connect with like-minded people will never be satisfied fully. And that is the one thing, sort of in my alone moments, I will look at the whole thing and go, oh my goodness, I really miss those people that I really connect with. You know, I so want to connect in with people that are of the same ilk, if you can kind of say what it is, ilk, you know, who resonate the same way. But once again, they have been removed from my immediate sort of close area, so that I can learn to work by myself on the energies, work with the energies, because realistically I would never create the paintings that I do without deep meditation and deep contemplation and deep connection with whichever energy I'm working with, which leads me to the painting. I've chatted about it, and there's a blog about it on my website, the Council of Seven Elders. And this painting was really my guides connecting in with me and telling me, hey, this is how it works. There's a tier system. I've done a video on this before. I think if you look before this video and the other video, I think 2 or 3 videos back, I'll see if I can try and link the both of these those videos on the Council of Elders. They were talking about these 7 elders that most of us have, that are contracted to work with us and help us to achieve what we want to try and achieve in this lifetime. Your 7 elders of guides are interchangeable, but not their framework and mission. So really interesting. As your soul evolves on earth, and it depends on how it works and what you've achieved, you will have different elders that come in to this elder council that you connect in with and guide, and they guide you and that type of thing. But they are not fixed. Some of them will be more fixed than others, but as I've mentioned in the previous video, it's about, they're not just aspects of yourself. So it's not just your higher self. They can be energies, or they can be really higher masters. It just depends on what you need for this lifetime. So each one will highlight an aspect of your being to be worked with. So that was a very interesting little written I do automatic writing just to get my head out of the game channel. So yeah, so that was really interesting. The other thing that I've been working with is my Melchizedek, Order of Melchizedek codes, light code painting. It is now fully finished. It is glorious. It has so many codes in it. I can tell you, my body has taken such strain in the last 2 weeks. I think it's because my guides did say that I was heading into a very high, a huge amount of light was going to come in, and I was going to feel the ascensions, the symptoms quite heavily. Acclimatizing to the codes that I had brought in with the Melchizedek painting. The Melchizedek painting is all about humanity, the original codes, the Christ consciousness codes. It is incredible, and I'm still working with it at the moment. A really interesting, I had the most beautiful message from a dear friend who I sent part of the painting to her, and I said to her, hey, I'm just thinking about this. I'm working with Melchizedek. And she said, oh, he's one of her main guides in this lifetime. She's a light language coach, and she's just incredible. And she was saying, she channeled the message directly for me, from her guides to me, to basically congratulate me and say thank you, and also acknowledge the work that I'm doing for Melchizedek energy and the Melchizedek codes. It was so beautiful. I was actually crying when I heard it. I was in the garden, standing next to a tree, holding the tree, and I played her message, and it was just glorious. It was beautiful. So when I channeled later, it said, he is here to support you and to help humanity, to support all who work with his energy. This energy will be profound for you as you work with the codes of peace, wealth, prosperity, love, compassion, strength, and righteousness. And then they said, take heed, for you are entering a phase of huge acceleration on the earthly plane, as well as a being. So in other words, we are all moving into a huge acceleration. So if you have aches and pains and your body's not coping, I'm not drinking enough water, I need to drink more water, it helps with that acceleration. Be kind to yourself. And they basically said, so be prepared for needing even more solitude and even less interaction with lower frequencies. Your heightened senses will be reaching an extreme, and you will need to balance this out with alone time. Your work is glorious and will be recognized as laying foundations for future generations. Do not doubt this, as we have told you this, and your inner knowing knows this as well. And it's beautiful to get that message for me, especially on a day like yesterday. I mean, this was channeled 3 or 4 days ago, but reading it again today just makes me feel better again, and helps me lift out of, because sometimes as an artist, you kind of question what you're doing. You really look at, you're still human. I'm a human being, and I still need some kind of recognition that what I'm doing it's meaning something, it means something. So yeah, it was really interesting. And then this morning when I tuned in, before I started this, I felt this huge dragon energy come in, and I saw the picture and I thought, okay, fine, I've got to go and look it up. And I looked up which dragon it was, and it was really interesting. It's the Archangel Gabriel's dragon that came in, and I'll show you a picture of this dragon. So I'm just letting you into a little snippet of how my life works and how I navigate these energies, and then obviously how they come in and teach me, so that when I can talk about the painting or explain the painting, or in the future do these beautiful guided meditations to connect in with this energy, I have the insights. So part of my learning was that with Melchizedek, Archangel Gabriel works very closely with Melchizedek energy. And so I wasn't surprised this morning. I mean, obviously it's like, oh, but of course, but this Archangel Gabriel's dragon that came in this morning, it brings purification, okay? Self-discipline will speed ascension and bring joy, and you can carry Archangel Gabriel's diamond. So if you look closely, there's a diamond in this artist's that diamond there. There's a diamond in this artist's rendition of the dragon energy, and it was really interesting. Fifth dimensional diamond white dragons serve Archangel Gabriel, the mighty pure white angel of clarity, joy, and hope. And when we're ready to connect more deeply to him, his dragons shine their crystal light into our energy fields and physical body, allowing deep cleansing and purification to take place. They light up our true essence, and we become transparent to the spiritual world. This means that all the lower energies that have not been released from our auric field become visible. Hence the reason why I felt the need to release stuff yesterday in the burning ceremony. I'm not normally a person who goes and does burning ceremonies and stuff like that. So I'm just letting you into a little bit of an insight in how my world works. So it's really fascinating for me that I'm going to be working with Archangel Gabriel coming in because the dragon energies can traverse the lower frequencies for Archangel Gabriel and obviously for Melchizedek, because Melchizedek, they are such high vibrational beings and energies that we're working with, that for them to come into the lower vibrational frequency of 3D Earth is not that easy and not that common. So normally there's a bridge, and the dragons are amazing bridges for that type of energy. So the Archangel Gabriel's dragons will lead the way, clearing and energizing our sparkling new high frequency journey and bringing us clarity, hope, and joy, so that Archangel Gabriel with his diamond wings can overlight us. They will swirl and dance around you, ensuring that the glittering, shimmering cosmic diamond stays securely in place over your energy field, and it will protect your aura and fill you with joy, purity, and bliss. And as I'm sitting here now, I am picturing this beautiful diamond above my head, pouring this beautiful crystallized, clean, pure energy into my energy field. So this is how I work with my energies, with my guidance, whatever comes up. And yeah, I am going to leave you on this note because it is the most clear, beautiful, beautiful clear note. Just a note to say that my studio has been really closed over the winter. Obviously by appointment people can pop out, and they have, but realistically, to be open on Fridays during the winter, it's just not viable. I can't even stay open for that long because some days it is just purely cold. You can see the gaps at the top there. All the cold air coming in. I am going to get it beautifully insulated because obviously in the height of summer around February it is so hot in here. I can't work in here either. But for now, it's a beautiful day here in Hawke's Bay, New Zealand. And I am about to start something that I'm quite nervous about. I want to try a very large painting, which is an abstract, which is almost like a vase of flowers. I'm in my downtime, so when I'm not creating my large, big paintings that are very intensely energetically driven, I am creating my smaller little floral collection artworks, which I'm going to actually have an exhibition. There's an exhibition coming up in Napier, beginning of December, and I'll put most of them up but I am seriously thinking of trying to do a really large, I've got a massive canvas that I found that was super affordable, and I thought, you know what, it's the perfect canvas to try something new. So I'm gearing myself up to try something new in my art direction, and that'll be interesting. That'll just be interesting. This will never change. The type of art that I do. By the way, the one behind me is the Archangel Michael. The one behind that, behind the easel, is the Andromedan one. I haven't even spoken to you about that. And then behind me is the first limited edition Archangel print, which is going to be released, I would say, in September. Beginning of September, there will be a release about that. I've done a video on that as well. So if you scroll through my YouTube channel, please like and subscribe and share if you feel that this information that I'm sharing with you is going to help somebody who is also deeply on their spiritual journey. So I will leave you with Archangel Gabriel's dragon. That energy, that beautiful purification energy that's just beaming its light through you, and there's a beautiful diamond above you. And I will chat to you on another Friday Musings, or in between when I chat about other things and galactic messages.